Yo, what is good, my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with another Black Clover mobile video. This one is a little special. It's not really any different from any regular character skill speculation video. It's just a special video because it's Yami, and there's a special place in my heart for Yami because he's an absolute Chad, and honestly, sometimes the best part of the series. I only say sometimes because Asta stepped it up quite a bit, guys. But if you guys have been enjoying these videos, then please do go down below and drop a fat old like, or matter of fact, you can Mario Leona thrash the like button, and you can hit that subscription and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I drop a video and we can unlock our hostile mana together. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this Yami speculation. So, firstly, I feel like Yami is going to be a crazy high damage DPS that has good defense. So, I know all these other characters I've had like kind of like a gimmick type of thing with them, but I feel like Yami is going to be a character that doesn't really need a gimmick. He's just going to straight up do crazy damage, like a very just powerhouse type of character. Does straight up damage, you know what I'm saying? Can take a hit, keep going. And then where I feel like Yami should be a buffer, but not a buffer from his direct cards, but more so from his passive, right? But I'll get into the passive a little later into the video. Let's go ahead and his tags would be Clover Kingdom, Black Bull, and then Magic Knight Captain. Now, if you guys have been paying attention to all the other videos, go watch those, by the way. Every character so far has had a tag. Junior Magic Knight, Magic Knight Captain, obviously that will put him in a different grouping than the other characters, but once we see the other Magic Knight captains, we could see how well they work together. And you never know. They can make Yami and Vengeance work really well together just because those two are like rivals. I feel like they're going to do something really big with the rival aspect in this game because the rival aspect is so big. Like Asta and Yuno are rivals, and then Leopold, that's his name, right? Leopold Vermilion. He wants to be Asta's rival. Fuegolian and Nozel, they're rivals. Literally, Mario Leona and Fuego are borderline rivals, even though they're like siblings, and they still compete with each other. Like, rivals is just a big concept in the series. So I feel like a lot of characters not necessarily will mirror each other, but will be similar in some ways or be very cohesive in some ways because of that rivalry type of aspect that Tabata loves to throw into a series. Let's go ahead and start off with the animations here. So we got Yami walking up like a Chad. That's what you gotta love about Yami, man. His not serious demeanor. So that, honestly, for a first skill, this still does look a lot like, it looks like they put a lot more into this first skill for Yami than they did for any other character. Not, how do I say, not even like the graphical clarity of it. It's still like the same graphically as like other ones. It's just that, you know, everybody else is like a single attack or something like that, like a blast or something like that. Where Yami has the 3 slashes, you know, they put a little bit of extra on his skills. So right here we got skill 2. A single target that disables mana attacks. I just feel like they be like showing this man Yami whenever he hits stuff, like it slices in half, right? Because that's obviously they're cheesing his Dark Cloak Dimension Slash, using that for all the hype it has, right? I feel like this man Yami could have like a skill that disables mana attacks for like a turn or something like that, right? Because that when I see that slice, I imagine like a weapon breaking. And I feel like that would be a really good effect for the move to have, like a weapon break effect, but a mana break, I guess you could say, right? Then we go over to the third skill. So he already does like the Dark Cloak Dimension Slash right here, unless his ultimate is a Dark Cloak Dimension Slash, and that's just a Dark Cloak Lightless Slash, because that is also a move Yami has. But that move right there, this move I feel like could just be another one of those single target moves that deals extra damage to the enemy based off of the max mana stat. I know I've used that for a bunch of different characters. I feel like that's a really interesting effect though, and I feel like it does work with a lot of characters because like a lot of the time in the series, like you can sense the overwhelming amount of mana from people, and you can sense the overwhelming amount of mana from Yami, and you can sense the overwhelming amount of mana from Luck. Like I feel like this based off of mana stat does have somewhere to tie into it, right? But this move right here, extra damage is based off of the mana stat. Because like I said, I just think he'll be a high level. I love this, dude. But I just feel like literally, they could not give Yami this screen on his own. They had to still have him dogging this man Asta in this, and I love that, dude. This game is going to be so good. But yeah, single target that deals extra damage to the enemy based off the max mana stat. Then we can go ahead and skip over to the ultimate. And I want to low-key play the right before his ultimate just so we can kind of see that slash effect, right? like the little slash effect right there. That just kind of makes me think of like weapon break type of status debuff, right? Damage or attack skill reduction or something like that. So this, I guess you could say, is the Dark Cloak Dimension slash really. All right, so for that skill, let's run it back while I kind of talk about. For this skill, right? What I'm thinking is a single target that lowers all of the enemy's basic stats. Because it's just like, imagine being an anime character and you're fighting somebody as strong as Yami. If you watch Black Clover, you know how strong Yami is. Say you're fighting Yami for a long time, and then he hits you with this crazy ass move. You're gonna be sitting there, you're gonna be winded. At the very least, you're gonna be winded, bro. So I feel like lowering all the basic stats for it, because like the attack Yami did right there, that cuts through dimensions. If spoiler alert, I'm so sorry guys, but Yami has literally, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Disoriented a demon with that move. So if he can disorient a demon, he could really disorient like anybody. Demons are like the strongest things in the Black Clover verse, it seems to me, until something else gets introduced in these next few manga chapters coming up. By the way, guys, be on the lookout for those manga chapters. They're coming back in like a week and a half at this point. But yeah, I just feel like that disables everything, works well for a character like Yami, who could honestly leave anybody kind of like baffled for a moment, like, damn, how did he do that? Like, even in the latest manga arc, we saw Yami kind of have people baffled, like, yo, how did he do that? Like, what in the world? So I feel like just the lowering of all your stats just because you just didn't expect him to like cook you that hard, like a very Yami-esque type of effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this back and talk about these passives, right? For Yami's passives, I could see it being one of these things. Now, remember, these passives that I make up, they are all together on screen, yes, but they are not a compilation of different effects that will come together. They are more so different options for choices that they could use for his passive, something reminiscent of it. So, first passive, all stats boost by 5% with every attack received, right? So he just gets stronger in the fight. That's paying homage to the fact that whenever Yami's in a tough situation, he literally just keeps fighting more and more, and he just keeps saying you have to surpass your limits. So that would literally be him surpassing his actual stats, like his limits, but also there was one thing, right? When he was fighting the Eye of the Midnight Sun by himself, when he was in a 4v1 basically, the other Magic Knight captains come and help him out, and they're just like, I can't believe, like, you almost let these guys wax you, blah blah blah. Yami was like, oh no, I wasn't about to get waxed. She was like, y'all gave me a little bit more time, something within me would have awakened, bro. I would have just awakened some new ability. So he jokes around like that, but no, he does that all the time. He always finds some stronger power within himself. So boosting stats every attack received, I feel like would be nice, right? Because that's just clear translation. The more he fights, the stronger he gets. He's about to come up with something, right? Then I have every attack performed stacks up to 5. Wait, no. I didn't finish reading my passive. Look at me. All stats boost 5% with every attack received, and every attack performed stacks up. Oh, with every attack received and every attack performed stacks up to 5 times. So that makes sense also because as Yami's fighting his enemies, he does kind of like inspect their fighting style and sees where their openings are, or see if they have no openings or anything like that. Next passive I have is deals more damage to the enemy per turn. The knight. Oh, okay. The knight is in battle. So I was trying to word it kind of like Grand Cross. That's why, because usually it's like every turn the hero is in battle. So I put, yes, deals more damage to the enemy per turn. The knight is in battle. So maybe like deals 5% more damage to the enemy or something like that. And the only reason why I stop and cap out at 5% is because I just don't want the effects to be too busted. Because you got to remember, these are going to be characters that release upon launch, or if not upon launch, very close to launch. So you don't want to make them too crazy. And I mean, if you make them super crazy and then you make the next few characters and they're not as crazy, people are going to complain. So you don't want to make these characters too crazy off rip, because then at some point you're going to have to hit a hard cliff and fall back down in power a little bit to keep the game interesting, and people aren't going to enjoy that. Next, I have boost Black Bull allies basic stats by 15%, and I want this to work from the back line. And the only reason why I have this is because Yami would not be a rare character like everybody else. He would definitely be a higher rarity. Now, I saw people on Twitter talking, saying, I don't know if Yami is going to be SSR now that I've seen Williams animations, and I'm just like, yo, I feel like maybe Yami is still an SSR. It's possible that his animations don't look as nice as Williams, because William uses mana more so than using physical attacks, where Yami uses physical attacks. We saw Asta's animations. Like, Asta's animations weren't anything to write home about. They were good. You know what I'm saying? The game looks good. But the game does look good, but at the same time, there's so much you can do with physical attacks when everybody else has spells and everything. So when it comes to animation aspect of it, spells are always going to look better than physical attacks. So I feel like Yami is still an SSR, by the way. Let me go ahead and just slide that on the table. But yeah, Yami boosting the stats of Black Bulls, that makes 1,000,000% sense, because all the Black Bulls respect Yami. All of them are just like outcasts that Yami went and kind of connected on them at a certain level and got them all to join him. So obviously he has the ability to empower his squad. Also, later in the manga, you know, current events, something happens to Yami, all the Black Bulls are on it. They're just like, no, we need to go help our captain right now. So Yami boosting them, Yami making them stronger, that's not even passive skill. That's just literally how the show works. Then the last thing I have, has a chance of evading enemy attacks. I feel like they could definitely squeeze that in there somewhere, just because Yami, everybody else fights sensing mana. Yami senses ki. So I could see Yami having a higher level of perception than the other units in the game and being able to dodge attacks every now and then. Now, obviously, it wouldn't just be like a evade all the time or some crazy like 75% chance to dodge attacks. Like, no. It's got to be fair. It's got to be balanced. But they could work evading in there somehow. And honestly, evading, even though it would be at a low percent, would still be busted, because one, there's still a chance. Once there's a 1% chance of him evading, there's a chance of him not taking damage at all for a turn. And we already know he's going to be a good unit because it's Yami. But that's it for my speculation, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then instead of Mario Leona thrashing that like button, I'm actually going to say, can you Dark Cloak Dimensions slash that like button? Because this is a Yami video. Veto is the like button. You guys are Yami. You know what to do. Also, if you can go down below, hit that subscription and hit that notification bell. Because every time I drop a video, I want you guys to be notified. I want you guys to be in the best possible position that you could ever be in. And I will only give you good information, correct information on this game. So please do hit that subscription and hit that notification bell, man. You guys stay safe. You guys surpass your limits. We love Yami here. Peace out.